Chosen one. What I'm about to reveal to you will completely transform how you understand your love life, why relationships have been so difficult, why romance seems perpetually delayed, why the deep soul connection you crave hasn't manifested despite your readiness, despite your prayers, despite your certainty that you're meant for profound partnership. Right now, in this very moment, while you've been wondering what's wrong with you, why everyone else seems to find love easily while you remain alone, why your romantic life feels like it's on permanent hold while other areas of your life progress. Something profound is happening in the spiritual realm that explains everything. You are not unlucky in love. You are not unworthy of partnership. You are not being punished with perpetual singleness. You are being prepared for a union so sacred, so powerful, so divinely orchestrated that it required delay, that it necessitated waiting, that it demanded preparation time that regular relationships don't need, because what's coming for you isn't a regular relationship. What you're being prepared for is a divine union, a sacred partnership, a soul connection that will impact not just your personal life, but your purpose, your mission, your destiny, your legacy. Tonight, you're going to understand the spiritual reasons why romance has been delayed for the chosen. You're going to see why this delay isn't punishment but protection, why this waiting isn't abandonment but preparation, why this season of singleness isn't evidence of divine rejection but proof of divine selection for something extraordinary. You're going to recognize that every failed relationship, every missed connection, every person who walked away, every door that closed, it was all divine intervention preventing you from settling for less than what was actually prepared for you, protecting you from relationships that would have limited you, redirecting you toward the union that's been ordained since before time began. The chosen don't experience romance like everyone else. They can't. Their love lives are directly connected to their divine assignments. Their romantic partnerships are intricately linked to their spiritual purposes. Their soul unions are strategically designed to amplify their missions. This means their romantic timeline operates on divine schedule rather than human preference. Their love stories unfold according to heavenly timing rather than earthly desire. Their partnerships manifest when spiritual preparation is complete, rather than when human loneliness becomes unbearable. And yes, this delay is hard. Yes, the waiting is painful. Yes, the loneliness is real. Your feelings are valid. Your struggles are legitimate. Your frustration is understandable. Watching others pair off while you remain single, observing friends get married while you're still waiting for your person, seeing people who seem less prepared than you find partnerships while yours remains delayed, this is genuinely difficult. But tonight, you're going to understand why. And understanding the why won't eliminate the waiting, but it will transform how you experience it, how you navigate it, how you steward this season until your divine union manifests. Reason 1. You were being healed from patterns that would have contaminated your divine union. The first spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that you were being healed from patterns, wounds, traumas, and tendencies that would have contaminated your divine union if you had entered it prematurely. The delay wasn't deprivation, it was healing time. You weren't being kept from love, you were being prepared for the right love by being healed from the wrong patterns. Most people enter relationships carrying unhealed wounds from their past. They bring trauma from childhood into their adult partnerships. They import dysfunction from their family of origin into their romantic relationships. They carry patterns learned in previous connections into new situations. And for regular relationships, this is manageable. People work through their issues together. Couples grow through their dysfunction. Partners heal through their relationship. But divine unions don't work that way. Divine unions are not designed to be healing grounds for unresolved trauma. They're not meant to be therapy sessions for unprocessed wounds. They're not intended to be rehabilitation centers for dysfunctional patterns. Divine unions are assignments. They're missions. their purposes. Two healed people come together to accomplish something together that neither could accomplish alone. Two whole individuals unite to create something that requires both of their gifts, both of their strengths, both of their assignments operating in harmony. This means you had to be healed before your person could arrive. You had to process your trauma before your partnership could manifest. You had to resolve your patterns before your union could begin. Not because you have to be perfect, but because you have to be whole. Not because you can't have issues, but because your issues can't be driving your relationship. Not because you need to be flawless, but because you need to be functional enough to steward a partnership that's about more than just personal fulfillment. Look back at who you were 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even 1 year ago. Look at the patterns you carried, the wounds you hadn't healed, the trauma you hadn't processed. If you had met your person then, if your divine union had begun before the healing was complete, what would have happened? You would have brought those unhealed parts into the relationship. You would have projected your trauma onto your partner. You would have repeated your patterns in your divine union. And what was meant to be sacred would have become dysfunctional. What was designed to be powerful would have become problematic. What was ordained to be transformative would have become toxic. The universe knew this. Heaven saw this. Divine forces understood this, so they delayed your romance. Not to punish you, but to protect you. Not to deprive you, but to prepare you. Not to keep you from love, but to ensure that when love came, you would be ready for it. Healed enough to receive it, whole enough to steward it, prepared enough to partner in it without contaminating it with unresolved issues that would have destroyed what was meant to be beautiful. The delay gave you time to heal your abandonment wound so you won't sabotage your divine union with clingy, desperate energy born from fear of being left. The waiting gave you space to process your trust issues so you won't destroy your partnership with suspicion, jealousy, control. Born from inability to trust, the season of singleness gave you opportunity to resolve your codependency so you won't enter your divine union needing your partner to complete you rather than complementing you as a whole person connecting with another whole person. Every relationship that didn't work out was protecting you from settling before healing was complete. Every person who walked away was divine intervention preventing you from building a foundation on unhealed wounds. Every door that closed was heaven redirecting you toward more healing so that when your divine union door opened, you would walk through it as a healed person ready for healthy partnership rather than a wounded person looking for someone to fix you, complete you, heal you. Reason 2. Your person was being prepared and wasn't ready yet. The second spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that your person, your divine partner, your soul union counterpart, they were being prepared. They weren't ready yet, and the universe won't bring two people together prematurely. Heaven won't orchestrate a meeting before both parties are prepared. Divine forces won't manifest a union before both individuals are ready for what that union requires. This is hard to accept because you feel ready. You've done the work. You've healed your wounds. You've processed your trauma. You've resolved your patterns. You're prepared for partnership. You're ready for your person. But readiness isn't just about you. It's about alignment. It's about both people being in the right place at the right time. It's about both individuals having completed enough preparation to steward what they're being called to build together. Your divine partner might have been in a relationship they needed to complete, not because that relationship was meant to last, but because it was teaching them something they needed to learn before meeting you. They might have been in a career phase that required their complete focus, a season that was developing skills they'll need in your partnership. They might have been going through healing they had to complete, working through trauma they needed to process, resolving patterns they had to overcome before they could be the partner you need, before they could show up as the person worthy of the divine union being prepared. The chosen often end up with other chosen ones. Your divine partner is likely also a chosen one with their own assignment, their own mission, their own purpose, which means they've been going through their own preparation process. They've been facing their own tests. They've been navigating their own trials. They've been surviving their own challenges. And just like you, they've been wondering why romance has been so difficult, why love seems delayed, why partnership feels perpetually out of reach. But the universe was preparing both of you simultaneously. Heaven was developing both of you parallel to each other. Divine forces were working on both of you at the same time, bringing both of you through the processes necessary to be ready for the union that requires both of you to be at specific levels of healing, specific stages of development, specific points of preparation. The delay wasn't about you alone. The waiting wasn't only your process. The postponement was cosmic coordination, ensuring both people reach readiness at the right time. Think about it like this. If you had met your person 3 years ago when you felt ready but they weren't, what would have happened? You would have been frustrated by their lack of readiness. You would have been disappointed by their unhealed patterns. You would have been hurt by their inability to show up as the partner you needed. The relationship would have been one-sided, imbalanced, unfulfilling. You would have been ready but they wouldn't have been. And that mismatch would have created dysfunction, disappointment, pain. Or imagine if they had been ready 3 years ago, but you weren't. They would have encountered you still carrying wounds you hadn't healed, still operating from patterns you hadn't resolved, still bringing trauma you hadn't processed. And you would have shown up as a version of yourself that wasn't ready for them, that couldn't meet them where they were, that would have disappointed them, frustrated them, hurt them. The relationship would have been strained, difficult, ultimately unfulfilling because the readiness wasn't mutual. The delay ensures mutual readiness. The waiting guarantees both people arrive prepared. The postponement creates alignment so that when you finally meet, when the union finally begins, both of you are ready, both of you are healed enough, both of you are prepared enough, both of you are developed enough to steward the partnership you're being called to build together. The meeting happens when both preparation process is complete, when both individuals reach the necessary levels of readiness, when both people are positioned for the divine union that requires both of them to be at specific places in their journeys. This means your person is out there right now, going through their own process, completing their own preparation, reaching their own readiness. They're thinking about you even though they haven't met you yet. They're praying for you even though they don't know your name. They're preparing for you even though they can't see your face. And when the time is right, when both preparation process is complete, when both of you reach the necessary readiness, the universe will orchestrate your meeting in ways that will confirm the divine nature of your union, that will demonstrate the heavenly timing of your partnership, that will prove the cosmic preparation that made your connection possible. Reason 3. You needed to develop complete independence before interdependence. The third spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that you needed to develop complete independence before you could enter healthy interdependence. You needed to learn to stand alone before you could stand with someone. You needed to discover completeness in yourself before you could connect with someone else. You needed to develop self-sufficiency before you could create healthy mutual dependence. Most people enter relationships from a place of need. They need someone to complete them. They require someone to make them happy. They depend on someone to give them purpose, identity, worth. And again, for regular relationships, this is common. People find themselves through relationship. Individuals discover their identity through partnership. Humans learn who they are through connection with others. But divine unions require something different. Divine unions are not about two halves making a whole. They're about two whole people choosing to unite for a purpose bigger than personal fulfillment. They're about two complete individuals deciding to intertwine their lives not because they need each other, but because together they can accomplish what neither could alone. They're about two self-sufficient people creating intentional interdependence rather than unhealthy codependence. This means you had to learn to be alone. You had to discover that you're okay without a partner. You had to find that you're complete without romance. The delay in your love life was developing this independence, building this self-sufficiency, creating this wholeness. Every day you spent single was a day of learning that you don't need someone to feel valuable, that you don't require someone to feel purposeful, that you don't depend on someone to feel complete. This is counterintuitive because society teaches the opposite. Culture tells you that you're incomplete without a partner, that you need someone to be whole, that you should be searching desperately for your other half. But the chosen can't operate from this paradigm. They can't enter divine unions from places of need and lack. They have to come from places of wholeness and abundance, from positions of completeness and self-sufficiency, from states of independence that allow healthy interdependence. The season of singleness taught you to validate yourself rather than seeking validation from others. It developed your ability to be happy alone rather than needing someone to make you happy. It created capacity to find purpose in yourself rather than looking for someone to give you purpose. You learned to enjoy your own company, to be comfortable in solitude, to thrive without constant connection. This learning was essential because it means you'll enter your divine union as a gift rather than a need, as an addition rather than a completion, as a choice rather than a desperation. Think about the difference this makes. If you enter a relationship needing the other person, you give them power over you. They can manipulate you through the threat of leaving. They can control you through withholding affection. They can influence you through your fear of losing them. Your need makes you vulnerable to manipulation, control, toxicity. But if you enter a relationship from completeness, from self-sufficiency, from independence, you maintain your power. You can't be controlled through fear of abandonment because you know you're okay alone. You can't be manipulated through threats of leaving because you're complete with or without them. This doesn't mean you don't want your partner. It doesn't mean you wouldn't be sad if they left. It doesn't mean the relationship doesn't matter. It means you want them rather than need them. You choose them rather than require them. You desire partnership rather than depend on it for your worth, your happiness, your identity. This is the difference between healthy interdependence and unhealthy codependence, between divine union and dysfunctional relationship, between partnership from wholeness and connection from lack. The delay in your romance was developing this independence. Every year you spent single was building this self-sufficiency. Every season you navigated alone was creating this wholeness. So that when your person arrives, when your divine union begins, you'll be ready for healthy interdependence rather than bringing neediness, desperation, codependence that would turn something sacred into something toxic, something divine into something dysfunctional, something beautiful into something broken. Reason 4, wrong people had to be cleared from your path. The fourth spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that wrong people had to be cleared from your path. Not just people you dated, but people you were attracted to. People you thought were your person, people you prayed would be your partner. The universe had to remove these individuals, redirect your attention away from them, close doors you wanted to walk through because those people, despite how right they seemed, despite how perfect they appeared, despite how much chemistry you felt, they were wrong for your assignment, incompatible with your purpose, unable to steward the partnership your divine union requires. This is perhaps the most painful part of delayed romance for the chosen. It's not just waiting in general. It's watching specific people walk away. It's experiencing specific connections end. It's seeing specific relationships fail, despite how certain you were that this was your person. that this was your time, that this was your divine union. You prayed for them, you believed for them, you invested in them, and then they left, or the relationship failed, or the connection dissolved, leaving you confused about why God would let you feel so strongly about someone who wasn't meant to stay. Here's what you couldn't see in those moments. That person wasn't aligned with your assignment. They couldn't handle your calling. They didn't understand your purpose. They were intimidated by your anointing. They were threatened by your light. They wanted a version of you that was smaller, dimmer, more contained. They needed you to shrink to fit into their life rather than being willing to expand to match your destiny. And if you had stayed with them, if that relationship had continued, you would have had to choose between your person and your purpose, between your relationship and your calling, between partnership with them and obedience to God. The universe knew you would have chosen them. In that season, in that state, with that level of loneliness and desire for partnership, you would have chosen the relationship over the calling. You would have picked the person over the purpose. You would have selected partnership over assignment. So divine forces intervened. Heaven removed them. God closed that door. Not because they were bad people, but because they were wrong people for someone with your assignment, with your calling, with your purpose. Some of those people were good people, kind people, attractive people, compatible in many ways. But compatibility in regular areas doesn't equal alignment with divine assignment. Someone can be great and still be wrong for you. Someone can be wonderful and still be incompatible with your purpose. Someone can be amazing and still be incapable of stewarding the partnership your divine union requires. The chosen need more than good people. They need right people. They need aligned people. They need individuals who can not just love them but support their assignments, who can not just desire them but honor their callings, who can not just be with them but partner with them in purpose. Each person who left cleared space for your actual person. Each relationship that ended removed an obstacle to your real partnership. Each door that closed redirected you toward the right door. You couldn't see this at the time. In the moment, it felt like loss, like failure, like rejection. But from heaven's perspective, it was protection, redirection, divine intervention, preventing you from settling for good enough when perfect was still being prepared. The delay gave time for these wrong people to reveal themselves, to show their incompatibility, to demonstrate their inability to handle your assignment. It gave space for you to heal from these disappointments, to release these connections, to make peace with these closures. Because when your right person arrives, you need to be available, emotionally free, not still attached to wrong people, not still grieving failed connections, not still hoping someone from your past will come back when your future is trying to arrive. Reason 5. You were being positioned for greater assignment that required specific partnership. The 5th spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that you were being positioned for a greater assignment that requires a specific type of partnership. Your romantic delay is connected to your divine assignment. The universe was positioning you for a mission, a calling, a purpose that requires not just any partner, but a specific partner with specific gifts, specific callings, specific assignments that complement yours, that align with yours, that amplify yours. The chosen are not here for regular lives. They're here for assignments that impact beyond their personal sphere, that influence beyond their immediate circle, that transform beyond their lifetime. These assignments require support, partnership, backing that goes beyond what regular relationships provide. They need partners who understand divine calling, who respect spiritual assignment, who honor heavenly mission. They need individuals who won't just tolerate their purpose but actively support it, who won't just accept their calling but enthusiastically engage with it, who won't just allow their mission but passionately contribute to it. This means your person isn't random. Your divine partner isn't someone you could meet just anywhere, just anytime, just any way. Your soul union counterpart is someone specific, someone with their own assignment that connects to yours, someone with their own calling that complements yours, someone with their own mission that aligns with yours. The universe was positioning both of you, developing both of you, preparing both of you so that when you meet, when you connect, when you unite, your partnership creates something that serves your individual assignments and creates a combined mission that's more powerful than either assignment alone. Think about power couples throughout history whose partnerships amplified their impact. They weren't just romantically involved, they were mission partners. Their relationship was about more than personal fulfillment. It was about purpose, about calling, about assignment that required both of them operating together. That's what divine union is, that's what sacred partnership is, that's what you're being prepared for. This level of partnership can't be rushed, it can't be forced, it can't be manufactured. It requires divine orchestration, heavenly timing, cosmic coordination. The universe has to position both people, develop both assignments, prepare both individuals, then bring them together at exactly the right time when both are ready, both are positioned, both are prepared for the partnership that will amplify both of their purposes. The delay in your romance was necessary because your assignment wasn't fully revealed yet. Your calling wasn't completely developed yet. Your mission wasn't entirely clear yet. How could the universe bring your person when your assignment wasn't ready? How could heaven orchestrate your partnership when your purpose wasn't defined? How could divine forces manifest your union when the mission that requires both of you wasn't revealed? You had to be positioned first. You had to discover your calling. You had to understand your assignment. You had to recognize your mission. This positioning took time. This revelation required process. This clarity needed development. And during that time, you were single. During that season, romance was delayed. During that period, partnership was postponed. Because your person couldn't arrive until your assignment was clear enough for you to recognize whether potential partners are aligned with it or not, whether individuals support it or threaten it, whether relationships amplify it or diminish it. Now your assignment is clearer. Your calling is more defined, your mission is better understood. Which means your person can arrive, your divine partner can manifest, your soul union can begin. Because now you can discern whether someone is right for your assignment, aligned with your calling, compatible with your mission. The delay developed you and positioned you so you're ready not just for any relationship, but for the specific partnership your assignment requires. Reason 6. You needed to learn unconditional self-love before receiving divine love. The sixth spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that you needed to learn unconditional self-love before you could receive divine love through human partnership. You needed to love yourself fully before you could receive love fully. You needed to accept yourself completely before you could be accepted completely. The delay in romance was creating space for self-love development, self-acceptance cultivation, self-worth establishment that had to be solid before romantic love could arrive. Many people seek love from others because they don't love themselves. They look for acceptance from partners because they don't accept themselves. They search for validation from relationships because they don't validate themselves. This creates relationships built on need, partnerships founded on lack, unions rooted in incompleteness. And while these relationships can function, they're always fragile, always conditional, always dependent on the other person continuing to provide what the individual can't provide for themselves. But divine unions require different foundations. They require both people to come from self-love, from self-acceptance, from self-validation. Why? Because divine love through human partnership is meant to be addition, not completion. It's meant to enhance what already exists, not create what's missing. It's meant to amplify self-love that's already present, not substitute for self-love that's absent. The season of singleness forced you to confront your relationship with yourself. Without a partner to distract you, Without romance to consume you, without relationship to define you, you had to face yourself. You had to look at how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you think about yourself. And if you're honest, what you saw wasn't always loving. You discovered criticism where there should be compassion, judgment where there should be grace, harshness where there should be gentleness. The delay gave you time to change this. Time to learn to love yourself the way you want to be loved. Time to accept yourself the way you want to be accepted. Time to treat yourself the way you want to be treated. You learn to speak kindly to yourself, to be gentle with your imperfections, to celebrate your strengths, to honor your journey, to validate your feelings, to respect your boundaries. You developed self-love not as narcissism, but as healthy relationship with yourself, as appropriate regard for your own worth, as proper care for your own well-being. This self-love development is essential for divine union because the love you have for yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. If you don't love yourself, you'll accept less than love from others. If you don't value yourself, you'll tolerate devaluation from partners. If you don't respect yourself, you'll allow disrespect in relationships. Your relationship with yourself is the template for all your other relationships. If that template is dysfunctional, all relationships built from it will be dysfunctional. But when you love yourself, when you truly value yourself, when you genuinely respect yourself, you don't accept anything less from others. You don't tolerate mistreatment because you know you deserve better. You don't stay in toxic situations because you know your worth. You don't settle for less than you deserve because you understand your value. Self-love creates standards that protect you, boundaries that preserve you, expectations that honor you. The chosen needs solid self-love before entering divine union because divine unions come with challenges that test your sense of worth. They come with visibility that exposes you to criticism. They come with assignments that require confidence. If your self-love is fragile, if your self-worth is shaky, if your self-acceptance is conditional, these challenges will destroy you. The criticism will devastate you. The exposure will terrify you, the assignment will overwhelm you. But if your self-love is solid, if your self-worth is established, if your self-acceptance is unconditional, you can weather these challenges. Criticism doesn't destroy you because you know your worth isn't determined by others' opinions. Exposure doesn't terrify you because you've accepted yourself, completely flaws and all. Assignment doesn't overwhelm you because you're confident in who you are and what you carry. The delay in your romance was developing this self-love. Every day you spent alone was a day of learning to be your own best friend, your own encourager, your own support. You became the person you needed, gave yourself what you were waiting for someone else to give you, loved yourself the way you wanted to be loved. This wasn't selfish. This was essential. This wasn't narcissistic. This was preparation. This wasn't avoidance of relationship. This was development of the foundation that makes divine union possible. Reason 7. Divine timing is aligning multiple factors beyond your awareness. The 7th spiritual reason romance has been delayed for the chosen is that divine timing is aligning multiple factors beyond your awareness, beyond your knowledge, beyond your understanding. You see your readiness. You feel your desire. You know your loneliness. But the universe sees 1,000 variables you can't perceive, coordinates 1,000,000 factors you don't know about, orchestrates countless elements you're not aware of. The delay that feels frustrating from your perspective is perfectly timed from heaven's perspective. Divine timing considers factors you can't see. Your person might be in the right city but the wrong season. They might be single but not ready. They might be ready but not positioned. There might be lessons they need to learn first, healing they need to complete first, developments they need to experience first before they're truly prepared for you, truly ready for what partnership with you requires, truly equipped for the divine union you're meant to build together. Divine timing also coordinates your life circumstances. Maybe you're ready, but your career isn't stable enough yet to support the relationship your divine union will become. Maybe you're prepared, but you're in the wrong location and need to move before your person can enter. Maybe you're healed, but there are practical factors that need to align, logistical elements that need to coordinate, circumstantial pieces that need to position before your partnership can begin. Divine timing factors in your assignment timeline. Maybe your person can't arrive until you complete a specific phase of your mission. Maybe your partnership can't begin until you finish a particular project. Maybe your union can't manifest until you reach a certain level in your calling because your person is connected to your next level. Your divine partner is linked to your next phase. Your soul union is tied to your next chapter. Divine timing accounts for other people's free will. Maybe your person is currently in a relationship that they need to end, but they have to choose to end it. The universe won't violate their free will, won't force their decision, won't manipulate their choice. Heaven waits for them to make their own decisions, to complete their own process, to reach their own conclusions. This waiting respects their autonomy while protecting you from entering as a home wrecker, as a relationship ender, as someone who disrupts rather than someone who arrives when the time is right. Divine timing considers your emotional state. Maybe you're technically ready, but emotionally you're still healing from your last disappointment. Maybe you're prepared, but you're still processing your previous heartbreak. The universe knows that if your person arrived while you're still wounded, while you're still hurting, while you're still healing, you might sabotage the relationship with unresolved pain, might project past trauma onto present reality, might bring emotional baggage that contaminates what should be clean, fresh, new. Divine timing orchestrates meetings in ways that confirm the divine nature of the union. The universe isn't just coordinating a meeting. It's orchestrating an encounter that will be undeniable, unmistakable, obviously divine. The way you meet will tell a story. The timing of your connection will demonstrate heavenly coordination. The circumstances of your union will prove cosmic orchestration. This level of intentionality requires precise timing, perfect positioning, exact alignment that can't be rushed, can't be forced, can't be manufactured. You see one dimension, your readiness, your desire, your loneliness. But the universe sees all dimensions simultaneously. Heaven perceives all factors at once. Divine forces coordinate all variables together. What looks like delay from your limited perspective is perfect timing from the unlimited perspective of cosmic intelligence that sees what you can't see, knows what you don't know, coordinates what you can't coordinate. This is why you have to trust the timing even when you don't understand it. This is why you need to believe in divine orchestration even when it feels like nothing is happening. This is why you must maintain faith in perfect timing even when human timing would suggest you should have met your person already. The delay isn't denial. The waiting isn't abandonment. The postponement isn't punishment. It's precise coordination of multiple factors ensuring that when your person arrives, when your union begins, when your partnership manifests, everything is perfectly aligned for success, for longevity, for the fulfillment of the mission you're meant to accomplish together. What to do while you wait? Maximizing your preparation. Season. Understanding why romance is delayed is important, but knowing what to do during the delay is equally crucial. This waiting season isn't wasted time, it's preparation time, it's development time, it's positioning time. And how you steward this season determines how ready you'll be when your person arrives, how prepared you'll be when your union begins, how equipped you'll be when your partnership manifests. Let me give you practical guidance for maximizing this preparation season. First, continue your healing. Work intentionally. Don't assume that just because you've done some healing, the work is complete. Healing is layers. You deal with surface wounds first, then deeper trauma, then core patterns, then generational issues. Each layer requires attention, time, processing. Use this waiting season to go deeper into your healing, to address patterns you haven't fully resolved, to process trauma you've been avoiding, to work through issues you've been postponing. Get therapy if you need it. Find a counselor who understands spiritual dynamics. Work with a coach who can help you identify and change patterns. Join a support group where you can process with others. Read books about healing trauma, resolving patterns, developing healthy relationship skills. Do the inner work that prepares you to be a good partner, that develops you into someone who can steward divine union, that transforms you into an individual ready for sacred partnership. Don't rush this healing. Don't skip steps because you're impatient for your person to arrive. Incomplete healing creates problems in relationships. Unresolved trauma gets projected onto partners. Unaddressed patterns repeat in new connections. Do the complete work now while you're single so you enter your divine union as healed as possible, as whole as you can be, as ready as you need to be for partnership that will challenge you, stretch you, require the best version of you. Second, develop yourself in areas your future partnership will require. Think about the kind of partner you want to be, the type of spouse you aspire to become, the quality of companion you hope to offer. What skills does that person have? What characteristics do they embody? What capacities do they possess? Use this waiting season to develop those skills, cultivate those characteristics, build those capacities. If you want to be a good communicator in your relationship, practice communication now. Learn to express your feelings clearly. Develop the ability to have difficult conversations. Build skills in active listening, in understanding others' perspectives, in finding common ground in disagreement. Don't wait until you're in a relationship to learn these skills. Develop them now so when your person arrives, you're ready to communicate effectively, to navigate challenges skillfully, to resolve conflicts maturely. If you want to be financially responsible in your partnership, develop financial health now. Create a budget, pay off debt, build savings, learn to manage money wisely, understand investment, savings, financial planning. Don't wait until you're married to get your finances in order. Steward your money well now so when you unite with your person, you bring financial responsibility, wisdom, health rather than debt, chaos, dysfunction that creates stress in your partnership. If you want to be emotionally stable in your union, develop emotional intelligence now. Learn to identify your feelings. Practice regulating your emotions. Build capacity to process difficult feelings without projecting them onto others. Don't wait until you're in a relationship to learn emotional maturity. Develop it now so when challenges arise in your partnership, you can navigate them with emotional wisdom, stability, intelligence rather than reactivity, volatility, dysfunction. Third, cultivate the life you want to invite your person into. Don't put your life on hold waiting for your person to arrive. Don't postpone living until partnership begins. Don't save all your dreams for when you're no longer single. Build the life you want now. Create the existence you desire today. Develop the lifestyle you envision for your future, because you're not inviting your person into a life you haven't started yet. You're inviting them into the life you're already living, already building, already creating. Pursue your passions, follow your interests, develop your hobbies. Travel if you want to travel, learn if you want to learn, create if you want to create. Don't wait for a partner to start living fully. Live fully now. Build a rich, interesting, fulfilling life that you love. When your person arrives, they're joining something beautiful, something established, something vibrant rather than completing something missing, filling something empty, starting something that hasn't begun. This approach has multiple benefits. First, it makes you more attractive. People are drawn to those who are fully alive, fully engaged, fully living. When you're passionate about your life, when you're excited about your pursuits, when you're fulfilled by your activities, you radiate energy that attracts. Second, it ensures you're not desperate. When your life is full, you're not looking for someone to fill emptiness. You're inviting someone to join fullness. This creates healthy foundation for relationship rather than neediness that creates dysfunction. Fourth, strengthen your spiritual practices and deepen your divine connection. Your divine union will require strong spiritual foundation. It will face challenges that only spiritual resources can handle. It will navigate difficulties that only divine guidance can resolve. Use this waiting season to build spiritual strength, to deepen your connection with God, to develop practices that will sustain you through the challenges divine union will bring. Establish prayer rhythms that work for you. Create meditation practices that ground you. Develop worship habits that connect you. Build spiritual disciplines that strengthen you. Don't just attend religious services or read inspirational content. Create actual, practical, daily spiritual practices that maintain your connection with divine source, that keep you anchored in heaven's perspective, that preserve your awareness of spiritual reality beyond physical circumstances. This spiritual foundation is what will carry you through challenges in your partnership. When conflict arises, prayer gives you wisdom. When misunderstanding happens, spiritual connection provides insight. When difficulties emerge, divine guidance offers direction. Build this foundation now while you're single, so it's solid when you're partnered, so it's strong when you're challenged, so it's reliable when you're tested. Fifth, build community with other people who understand divine union. You need friends who get it, companions who understand, community who perceives what you're preparing for. Regular people won't understand why you're so particular about partnership, why you won't settle for just anyone, why you're willing to wait for divine union rather than accepting available relationship. They'll pressure you to settle, encourage you to lower your standards, suggest you're being too picky. But people who understand divine union will support your wait. They'll encourage your standards. They'll validate your refusal to settle. Find these people, connect with them. Build community with them. They might be online, they might be in spiritual communities, they might be in special groups. Wherever they are, find them and connect, because you need support from people who understand what you're waiting for, who validate why you're willing to wait, who encourage you to maintain your standards. This community serves multiple purposes. They remind you that you're not crazy for having high standards. They encourage you when waiting feels unbearable. They celebrate with you when your person finally arrives. They provide accountability to help you maintain your boundaries, your standards, your commitment to waiting for divine union rather than settling for less. Recognizing your person when they arrive after all this waiting, after all this preparation, after all this development, you need to be able to recognize your person when they finally arrive. Divine unions have specific markers, sacred partnerships have particular signs. Soul connections have distinctive characteristics. Let me help you identify them so you don't miss your person when they show up, so you don't dismiss them because they arrive differently than you expected, so you don't overlook them because they don't match the image you created. First marker, peace. When you meet your person, when you connect with your divine partner, when you encounter your soul union counterpart, you'll feel peace. Not necessarily excitement, though that might be present. Not necessarily butterflies, though attraction will be there. But peace. Deep, settled, unshakable peace that this is right, this is aligned, this is divine. This peace surpasses circumstances, transcends logic, exists beyond explanation. You just know. Your spirit knows. Your soul recognizes. Heaven confirms. This peace is different from desperation that makes you force connections with wrong people. It's different from loneliness that makes you cling to available people. It's different from neediness that makes you settle for less than you deserve. This is divine peace confirming alignment, heavenly peace verifying rightness, spiritual peace validating that this connection is what you've been waiting for, what you've been prepared for, what you've been positioned for. Second marker, alignment of values and vision. Your divine partner will share your core values. Not every preference, not every opinion, not every perspective, but core values. How you view faith, how you approach purpose, how you handle integrity, how you steward resources, how you treat people. These fundamental values will align. Their vision for life will complement yours. Their goals will harmonize with yours. Their dreams will connect with yours. This alignment creates foundation for partnership that can weather challenges. When storms come, when difficulties arise, when conflicts emerge, shared values anchor you. Aligned vision keeps you moving in the same direction. Complementary dreams ensure you're building toward compatible futures. You don't need to be identical, but you need to be aligned in ways that matter, compatible in areas that count, harmonious in aspects that sustain long-term partnership. Third marker, mutual spiritual growth and support. Your divine partner will support your spiritual growth. They'll encourage your divine connection. They'll respect your spiritual practices. They won't be intimidated by your relationship with God. They won't be threatened by your spiritual gifts. They won't try to limit your divine connection. Instead, they'll celebrate it, support it, honor it. And you'll do the same for them. Divine unions are partnerships where both people encourage each other's spiritual development, support each other's divine connections, honor each other's relationships with God. This mutual support creates synergy where both people grow faster together than they would separately, where both people develop deeper spiritually because of their partnership, where both people strengthen their divine connections through their union. Fourth marker, challenge that promotes growth. Your divine partner will challenge you, not through toxicity, not through disrespect, not through abuse, but through holding you to your highest potential, through calling out your best self, through refusing to let you settle for less than you're capable of. They'll see greatness in you that you might not see in yourself. They'll believe in you when you doubt yourself. They'll push you toward your purpose when you're tempted to shrink from it. This challenge is different from criticism that tears down. It's different from pressure that stresses. It's different from expectation that burdens. This is loving challenge that elevates, supportive push that develops, faithful encouragement that expands. Your divine partner sees who you're becoming and calls that forth, perceives what you're capable of and invites that out, understands your potential and challenges you toward it. Fifth marker, purpose alignment and mission compatibility. Your divine partner's purpose will align with yours. Their mission will complement yours. Their calling will harmonize with yours. You won't have identical assignments, but your purposes will connect. Your missions will support each other. Your callings will create synergy. Together, you'll be able to accomplish more than either of you could alone, impact more than either could separately, transform more than either could individually. This purpose alignment is crucial for divine union. Regular relationships can succeed without it. People can be happy together without shared mission. But divine unions are different. They're about more than personal fulfillment. They're about purpose, about assignment, about mission that requires both people. Your person will bring gifts that complement yours, strengths that balance yours, callings that harmonize with yours in ways that create powerful partnership for purpose beyond personal happiness. Sixth marker, timing that confirms divine orchestration. The way you meet your person, the timing of your connection, the circumstances of your union will tell a story. There will be elements that are too coordinated to be coincidence, too perfectly timed to be random, too specifically aligned to be accident. These God winks confirm divine orchestration, validate heavenly coordination, prove cosmic involvement in bringing you together. Pay attention to these signs. Notice the synchronicities, recognize the divine fingerprints. The universe is showing you that this union was orchestrated, that this partnership was coordinated, that this connection was heaven sent. These confirmations strengthen your faith during challenges, remind you of divine backing during difficulties, assure you of heavenly support when partnership is tested. Conclusion: trusting the divine timeline of your sacred union. Chosen one, your romance isn't delayed because you're unworthy, unlovable, or forgotten. Your divine union is being orchestrated with precision that requires time, with intentionality that demands patience, with care that necessitates waiting. Every spiritual reason for delay is actually a reason for hope. Every factor postponing your partnership is actually a factor ensuring its success. Every element that feels like obstacle is actually element of protection, guaranteeing that when your person arrives, you're ready. They're ready. Circumstances are aligned. Timing is perfect. You are being healed from patterns that would have contaminated your divine union. Your person was being prepared and wasn't ready yet. You needed to develop complete independence before healthy interdependence. Wrong people had to be cleared from your path. You were being positioned for greater assignment that requires specific partnership. You needed to learn unconditional self-love before receiving divine love. Divine timing is aligning multiple factors beyond your awareness. These aren't obstacles. These are preparations. These aren't punishments. These are protections. These aren't delays. These are developments ensuring that your divine union, when it manifests, will be everything it's meant to be: sacred, powerful, aligned with your assignments, supportive of your callings, amplifying your purposes, fulfilling your souls. The waiting has been purposeful. The delay has been productive. The postponement has been protective. You haven't wasted time. You've been prepared. You haven't been forgotten. You've been positioned. You haven't been rejected. You've been selected for a union so significant it required this level of preparation, this depth of development, this extent of coordination. While you wait, continue your healing work intentionally. Develop yourself in areas your future partnership will require. Cultivate the life you want to invite your person into. Strengthen your spiritual practices and deepen your divine connection. Build community with other people who understand divine union. Prepare yourself so that when your person arrives, you're ready to recognize them, receive them, partner with them in the sacred union that's been orchestrated, prepared, positioned for both of you. Your person is coming. Your divine union is approaching. Your sacred partnership is manifesting, not on your timeline, but on divine timeline. Not according to your schedule, but according to heavenly schedule. Not when you demand, but when everything is perfectly aligned. You're ready, they're ready, circumstances are positioned, assignments are clear, timing is perfect. Trust the delay, honor the waiting, respect the preparation. Your romance isn't late. It's exactly on time according to divine timing that sees what you can't see, knows what you don't know, coordinates what you can't coordinate. When your person arrives, you'll understand why the wait was necessary. When your union begins, you'll recognize why the delay was valuable. When your partnership manifests, you'll appreciate why the postponement was protective. Your divine union is worth the wait. Your sacred partnership is worth the preparation. Your soul connection is worth the delay. Keep healing. Keep growing. Keep trusting. Keep believing. Your person is out there, being prepared just as you've been prepared, waiting just as you've been waiting, trusting just as you need to trust. And when divine timing orchestrates your meeting, when heaven coordinates your union, when the universe manifests your partnership, it will be undeniable, unmistakable, worth every moment of waiting, every season of preparation, every year of delay. Romance feels delayed for the chosen because what's coming isn't ordinary romance. It's divine union, it's sacred partnership, it's soul connection that requires preparation, demands readiness, necessitates perfect timing. Your delay is your distinction, your waiting is your preparation, your postponement is your protection. Trust it, honor it, embrace it. Your divine union is coming, your sacred partnership is approaching. Your soul connection is manifesting. Right on time, perfectly coordinated, divinely orchestrated, worth the wait, worth the preparation, worth every moment of delay. When it arrives, when your person shows up, when your union begins, you'll look back on this waiting season and recognize it as the most valuable time of your life, the season that prepared you for the love you deserve, the period that developed you for the partnership you're meant to have. The delay that ensured your divine union would succeed, would last, would fulfill everything it was destined to accomplish. The wait is almost over. The preparation is nearly complete. The delay is ending. Your person is closer than you think. Your divine union is nearer than you imagine. Your sacred partnership is more imminent than you realize. Hold on. Stay faithful. Keep trusting, keep preparing, keep believing. Your divine union is coming, and it will be worth everything you've been through, everything you've waited for, everything you've prepared for. It's coming, it's close, it's yours.